There's a hidden code printed on every Costco price tag. Learn to read it, and you walk out paying less than everyone else in the store. Here's the part nobody tells you. That store was built on purpose to beat you, and most days it wins. But the whole trick sits in plain sight. The math your store hopes you never run. Learn to read it and the machine flips $4 back on every 100 you spend. I'm running one of these daily. Subscribe. Tomorrow's number beats your morning coffee. And it happens to everybody. The accountant, the coupon clipper, the guy who swore he'd be in and out in 5 minutes. Nobody's immune. So today, the cheat sheet. 10 ways to actually win at this store, and 2 honest moments where you should just walk back out. First, win. And it feels like cracking a safe. That math is printed on the price tags and on your receipt. There are secret numbers hiding at the end of every tag in the building. Most people stare at them for years and never realize the store is whispering the truth. Most tags end in 99 cents. That's just the regular price. Nothing on sale. Boring, walk on by. But sometimes that last number changes, and the second it does, that's your signal to plant your feet and look closer, because the store just told on itself. A price ending in 97 cents means a manager personally walked over and marked it down. That's clearance. Usually about as low as that item is ever going to get in that store. No coupon beats it. When you spot a 97, that's the store quietly telling you to grab it before it's gone. A price ending in 88 cents is a manager markdown too, but heads up, it's often a return, a floor display, or something with a little wear. Give it a quick once-over before it goes in the cart. 00 is usually clothing they're clearing out. Either way, they want it gone today. Just check what you're grabbing. And here's the big one. Look at the top corner of the tag, usually the right side. If there's a little star printed up there, that item is on its way out for good, not on sale. Gone. People who shop here religiously call it the Death Star, and they hunt it like treasure. A star means they are never restocking it. Whatever's on that shelf is the last of it on Earth, at least at that warehouse, so if you love something and you spot a star, that's not the day to think it over. That's the day you stock up hard. Quick, honest note, because I'm not going to sell you a fairy tale. Costco never published these codes. There's no official key taped to the wall anywhere. No pamphlet at the door, no employee who's allowed to confirm it to your face. But shoppers cracked the pattern years ago. Workers who've stood at that register nod along, and everybody from Fox Business to Reader's Digest has written it up. Costco itself stays quiet, won't confirm, won't deny. So treat it like a well-worn open secret, not gospel, but it holds up, trip after trip. Win number 2, the one that pays you to shop instead of the other way around. They call it the upgrade. I call it free money on the table, waiting for somebody with the patience to do 30 seconds of math. The basic card is $65 a year. The upgrade is $130. For that extra $65, they hand you 2% back on most of what you buy, $2 on every 100, groceries, tires, the giant tub of nuts you didn't need, not the gas pump, not the food court, but your regular cart. That counts. So do the math. Spend more than $32.50 in a year here. And plenty of families clear that on groceries alone in a few months. And the upgrade has already paid for itself. Everything after that line is pure profit landing back in your pocket. And here's the part that makes it genuinely risk-free. If your 2% doesn't cover the extra $65 over the year, they refund you the difference. You literally cannot lose money on it. Worst case, you break even. Best case, you walk away ahead. No losing hand. One more thing on that 2%, because people miss it. It even counts on the gold bars they sell now. Spend on a 1-ounce bar and the 2% still rides along. The store turns its own gold bar counter into a tiny rebate machine most members never notice. Now stack a second layer on top, pay with their own store credit card, and it hands you another 2% back at the warehouse, $2 more on every 100. A card that costs nothing to carry, quietly stacking on top of the membership reward. 2% from the membership, 2 more from the card. That's $4 back on every single 100 you were already spending anyway. Read that slowly. The store is now paying you to walk through its doors. That number comes straight from Kiplinger, who ran it cold. Win number 3 is the closest thing to legal money printing this store has. It's the gift card rack right by the entrance, the one you blow past every single trip. Walk past it again today, and you're leaving real cash lying on the floor. Members buy brand-name gift cards here for less than they're actually worth. Think restaurant and dining cards. $100 loaded on one usually costs you somewhere around $75 to $80. You hand over $80. You spend $100. You're literally buying money at a discount. Read that again slowly, because your brain wants to skip past it. You hand them roughly $80, you get $100 to spend. That's about 20% off a dinner out you were already going to pay for before you've even looked at the menu. One catch, so you don't get burned. The brands on that rack change all the time. Some show up for a month, some vanish for good. So check what's there before you bank on a favorite. Don't drive over for one brand, it's a bonus, not a guarantee. Win number 4. Costco's own house brand isn't the cheap knockoff your gut tells you it is. A lot of the time, it's the name brand wearing a different label. Same factory, same recipe, different sticker. You've been trained your whole life to trust the loud name over the quiet one. Take the batteries. The guy who ran Costco said it himself, on camera, out loud. Their house brand batteries are made by Duracell. Same battery, sitting right next to the name brand one, just cheaper. You're paying extra for the bunny on the package and nothing else. The house brand coffee carried a Starbucks roasting stamp for years. The diapers were Huggies under the hood until the maker walked away, and Costco quietly switched the supplier to the Cuties line in 2025 and caught a wave of angry parents online. Same playbook, different factory, smaller price, and it goes way past batteries and coffee. The canned tuna's been tied to Bumblebee for years. That house brand quietly grew into a roughly $90 billion machine in 2025, bigger than Nike. You think you're buying the generic, you're buying the giant dressed down in plain clothes. So the move is dead simple. When the house brand and the name brand sit side by side and the guts are the same, you buy the cheaper label and pocket the gap every single time. No loyalty, no guilt. The package doesn't change how it tastes or works. Got a hack of your own this store doesn't want me telling you about? Drop it below. I read every single comment and the best ones become the next video. The sharpest tricks I know came straight from people like you in that comment section. Win number 5 protects you after you've already paid, bagged it, and walked out to the parking lot. It's called a price adjustment and almost nobody on earth ever uses it. The store sure isn't going to remind you it exists. Here's the rule. Straight off their own policy page, not some forum rumor. If something you bought drops in price within 30 days, they refund you the difference. You don't lift a finger except to ask. The savings were always yours. You just have to claim them. You don't return the thing. You don't rebuy it. You don't drag the box back in. You just walk up to the returns counter with your receipt or fill out the form online from your couch and they hand the difference right back. That's the whole process. Bought a TV Monday for $800, by Friday it drops to $700. That $100 is yours free and clear, but only if you actually go and ask, sit on your hands past day 30, and that $100 quietly belongs to the store forever. A couple of fences, so you go in clear-eyed. It doesn't cover the gold bars. It won't match other stores' prices, only Costco's own drops. And the store can say no if it smells like you're gaming the system on purpose. Use it honestly, and it works beautifully. Win number 6 is the one steak lovers are going to thank me for by name. Stop buying the pre-cut steaks. Buy the whole strip and cut it yourself at home. It sounds like more work than it is. It's a knife and 5 quiet minutes at the counter. The pre-cut strip steaks run you around $12, $13 a pound by the time you total it up. The whole uncut strip loin sitting one shelf over is closer to $10 a pound. Same case, same fridge, same cooler door. The only difference is who held the knife. Same exact beef, same grade, same animal, often the same day it came in. You're paying a flat premium just so somebody in the back ran a knife through it and laid it out pretty on a foam tray. That's the whole upcharge, convenience, nothing more. Take the whole loin home. Cut it into steaks yourself in about 5 minutes flat. A steak that ran you around $10 pre-cut now lands closer to $7.50. Not half off, but a couple bucks a steak, and over a 15-pound loin that's $30, $40 back in your pocket. A knife in 5 minutes did that. And I'll be straight, because the internet loves to lie about this one. This isn't magic where the price falls clean in half every time. The gap moves with the market. But on a good day, it's real, repeatable, and over a summer of cookouts, it stacks into real money. Win number 7 barely costs you a thing, but it's the one people swear at themselves for never knowing. You don't always need the membership card to walk through that door at all. There are whole sections of that store the law pries open for everybody. Start with the wild one. The pharmacy is open to everybody, member or not, anywhere in the country. A bunch of states flat out ban these clubs from gating prescriptions behind a membership, and Costco just runs that rule everywhere. You don't pay a dime in membership to fill a script there. Tell the greeter that's why you came, and they wave you through. And it doesn't stop at the pharmacy counter. Same deal with the eye doctor. That's an independent optometrist renting space, not Costco itself. So non-members can usually book an exam. Heads up though, buying the glasses afterward still needs a card. the exam's open to you. The frames aren't, and in a number of states, the law says they can't lock the liquor aisle behind a membership either. The door staff hands you a pass for that trip. Add it up, a prescription run, an eye exam, a liquor run, all with $0.65 fee leaving your wallet. Win number 8 is one almost nobody knows by name. There's a quiet little corner called Costco next. It lets you buy straight from the actual maker, the brand that supplies Costco at your member price, shipped to your door, no warehouse trip at all. Think kitchen knives, luggage, mattresses, fancy cookware. You click through from the Costco site to the brand's own store and your membership unlocks pricing the public never sees. It's the same member discount, just cut out the cart, the crowd, and the long walk past everything else. Quick pause, because this next part is the whole game. Tell me the one number on your own bills you've been scared to sit down and add up. I read every one. The most asked one becomes tomorrow's video, and the answer might be the thing that finally fixes it. Win number 9 is a habit, not a trick. The price you see big and bold up front is bait. It's there to feel good and make the decision for you. The number that actually matters is tiny, tucked in the corner where they hope your eyes never land. That little corner number is the price per ounce, what the stuff actually costs gram for gram. Once you strip away the box, and here's what'll make you mad. On a whole pile of brand name stuff, the giant box quietly costs more per ounce than the small one. And the people who study this found it's not a rare fluke. In the Journal of Retailing, researchers found that on up to a quarter of brand name products, the bigger package costs more per ounce than the smaller one. Bigger is not automatically cheaper. The corner number tells the truth, the big one lies. Win number 10. Know which fights you actually lose in here, so you stop overpaying out of pure loyalty. This store is not the cheapest at everything, no matter what the diehards at your office swear up and down. Believe the receipt, not the cult. Paper towels are the cleanest example there is. The folks at Barchart, who track real prices, found the rival warehouse club gives you roughly 15 to 20% more towel for your dollar on some packs in 2025. Same paper, more of it, less money. Loyalty cost you there. So winning isn't worshiping one store like a religion. It's quietly knowing the one or two things you should buy somewhere else and not feeling a bit guilty about it. Loyalty is wonderful in a marriage. At the register, it just costs you money you never had to spend. And that's your full 10. But the last one bleeds into the most important habit in this whole video, so let's slow down and sit in it. This is the one that separates the people who win in here from the people who just bleed money trip after trip. It's a 30-second list on your phone before you ever walk in. That's it, that's the whole weapon, because the second you step through those doors without a plan, you're not shopping anymore. You're being shopped. The floor plan takes the wheel and drives your cart. That cheap rotisserie chicken at $4.99, the $1.50 hot dog? With normal inflation, that hot dog should honestly cost about $4.64 by now. They froze that price on purpose for decades, and they will swallow the loss to keep it there. They lose money on those on purpose, then bury them in the very back of the store. That long march is the trap. The average cart leaves over $100 heavier. $5 of chicken parked behind 100 of everything else. That's a floor plan doing its job. And those little food samples on the toothpick? They're not a snack. They're a sales tool, plain and simple, and a brutally effective one. On the day they sample an item, sales of that item jump about 177%, not generosity. That's a register going off in your head. So the winning move is the boring one nobody wants to hear. Write the list, buy the list, and eat before you go, so your stomach isn't deciding. The chicken's a great deal, right up until it walks you past $400 you never came in for. And there's your full toolkit, 10 clean ways the machine works for you instead of against you. Now, the honest part, nobody making these glossy videos wants to say out loud, there are 2 times you should just walk out and mean it. Walk out number 1, it's just you or the 2 of you at home. The giant pack of berries, the bulk bread, the family size everything. Half of it goes soft and rots in the fridge before you get to it. You bought a deal and trashed the deal. Food that ends up in the bin isn't a saving. It's a slow leak in your wallet you never see on the receipt, and with grocery prices still creeping up around 3% a year, that leak only gets more expensive every month. You're paying more to waste more. If you're cooking for 1 or 2, do the cold, honest math. A smaller store with smaller packs you actually finish before they turn will beat the bulk deal you scrape into the garbage. The per ounce price means nothing if half the ounces hit the trash. Walk out. Number 2. You're chasing the membership itself, just to feel like you're saving. Like the card is a trophy. If you're not buying enough to clear that $65 fee in a year, the whole math is upside down. The fee is the only sure thing you bought. This store rewards 3 things and only 3. Volume, a full house at the dinner table, and discipline at the cart. With all 3, it's a genuine weapon in your hands. With none of them, you're just paying $65 a year to feed somebody else's margin. And that's the whole thing in one breath. This store isn't your friend, and it isn't your enemy. It's a machine. It does exactly what you make it do. Nothing more, nothing less. It doesn't care if you win or lose. It only cares whether you read the tags. Don't read the codes. Don't run the reward math. Don't write the list. And that machine quietly robs you blind while you stand there smiling at the free samples, certain you're getting a deal. The store loves that customer most of all. That customer is the one who quietly pays for everybody else's discount, trip after trip, and never once realizes it. So let's burn it down to the essentials. Read the 97 and the little star. Stack your 4% back. Buy the whole strip loin and run the knife yourself. Check the corner number every time, and know the 2 days you should just walk out the door. Do all that. And the same store built to beat you starts cutting you a check every single time you swipe. The machine never changes. It can't. You do. That's the whole secret, and it cost you nothing but the willingness to read. This one's a companion to the video where I tore the whole store apart and showed exactly how it plays you aisle by aisle. If today felt good and useful, that one's the cold shower right after. Link's right below this one. If you walk out of here with one single habit out of everything I just threw at you, walk out with this one. Before you ever push that giant cart through the door, look at the corner number and look for the little star. 2 glances, 3 seconds, $0. That's the entire game. Right there, the whole cheat sheet boiled down to one thing you can do at every single tag in the building. One glance at the corner number beats any coupon, any flashy sale, any membership tier they're going to try and upsell you on at the door. That's the math your store doesn't show you, and now you can read it cold. Every aisle, every trip for the rest of your life. Because in the end, the discipline is the deal. Not the bulk, not the brand name, not the membership tier. The person who reads the tag walks out a winner. The person who trusts the big bold number pays full freight for the privilege of not looking. If this saved you money, hit like and comment the one hack you're trying first on your next trip. Subscribe. I'm dropping these daily right now, and tomorrow's lands in your feed before your coffee even cools. The store will never hand you the cheat sheet. They'd be out of business if they did. So here it is, the whole thing on one line. The machine only beats the people who refuse to read it. Everybody else, it pays. Math doesn't negotiate. Don't try.